Hello everybody, and welcome to today's AEW Revolution review. Now y'all know we normally don't do a lot of AEW content, but last night I wasn't even going to do a review on this, but you'll see a pattern throughout this video, and I got every single one of these predictions on the AEW Revolution card correct. Now, you might be saying, oh, you looked at spoilers and blah blah blah. Bruh, I did not look at any spoilers. If you go look at the video, I gave my reasons why I was picking them and everything. No spoilers, bro. No, none of it. I went in there blindly, and this card was pretty easy to pick out who was going to win. Starting off with the first match of the night, we had MJF versus Hangman Adam Page, and it was a great match. We saw a lot of crazy moves. We even saw a pile driver I guess you could call it a pile driver onto a chair. We saw a lot of other cool moves. It was just an absolutely great match. But in the end, obviously, Hangman won. And even my reason right here, I said Hangman hasn't won on a pay-per-view since he defeated Swerve at All Out. Or it was really All In. I don't even know why I put All Out. But I called that. And I already know y'all are going to think I'm lying. But come on, bro. Come on. But yeah, I predict that. And it was pretty... I mean, honestly, this was probably the most throw-up one because we know AEW loves their MJF, but I just went with that reason, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go with that. Then we had a very blurry picture. I could not find another one that was clear, and it was Mercedes Moné versus Momo for the TBS Championship, and obviously that one was very predictable. We know Sasha, okay, I'm a WWE mark, I know, I mean, chill on me. We know Mercedes is a very great champion, and they're not going to have her with no championship, and even though she has like 4 championships, and the reason I put for this match was I think Mercedes will hold on to her title for a while, and I could not see her without a title in AEW, so obviously she has more championships, but I mean, she ain't letting go of that one. Then we saw Swerve versus Ricochet. Honestly, another throw-up. I honestly had a little feeling that Ricochet had a little bit of a chance, but it was a great match. I absolutely loved it. I think that this was my one of my favorite matches of the night. People thought that it wasn't the greatest, but I loved it. And the reason behind why I picked Swerve was because I think it's time for Swerve to listen to Prince Nana and set his eyes back onto the World Heavyweight, or the AEW World Championship, and that's what he's doing. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see Swerve go after that AEW World Championship and face Jon Moxley, or anyone else. I mean, I would be fine with it, too. This was probably the most predictable one of the night. We had Okada versus Brody King, and as we know, he is a part of House of Black, and he has been taking out people in House of Black for a long time. Or not a long time. What am I saying, dude? But yeah, I mean, it was pretty predictable. Okada seems to be running through the House of Black one by one, and with defeating Buddy Matthews at Grand Slam, and now defeating Brody King, it's textbook play. Textbook prediction. We see the Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And as we know, I picked the Hurt Syndicate, and the reason is they are no threat to the title reign. The Outrunners are no threat to the title reign, especially since the Hurt Syndicate only recently won the championships, and they've been on a crazy run, and I don't think they're losing those titles anytime. This is going to be a very rushed review because I'm doing a lot of reviews today, a lot of videos. I just posted my Deep Dive episode 2 where I go into everything that happens throughout the week of everything that happens on with professional wrestling. Then next match we saw was the timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May for the AEW Women's World Championship, and this was one of my favorite matches. This was a crazy match. We had a lot of strawberry juice in this match, if you know what I mean. And I even saw this thing in a couple of in my last deep dive video on episode 2 that I just recorded, and it said that Toni Storm and Mariah May had their Hollywood moment, and they really did. It was a great match. I picked Toni Storm, and it was a pretty good reason. Unless AEW wants to play hot potato with the title, there's no reason the title should leave Toni as soon as she wins it back from Mariah. I feel like that she should not lose this title for at least a couple more months. We see Takeshita versus Kenny Omega for the AEW International Championship. Very good match. I loved this match. Obviously, this wasn't my favorite match of the night. But I picked Kenny Omega, and I think Kenny will get his revenge on the Don Callis family and defeat Takeshita, and that's exactly what he did. Great battle. The my favorite match of the night, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. This is him and Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland are my two favorites in AEW, and to be honest with you, there's no other people that I'm really like, oh, these guys are good in the ring, besides Swerve and Will Ospreay. And I picked Will Ospreay, and the loser will go on to be in the mid-card, and the winner will earn a top spot in the cards, and Will Ospreay is well overdue for a top spot on the card, and I think he needs to go after the World Championship and stop wasting it on Kyle Fletcher. Even though it's great matches every time. Then we get the main event, Jon Moxley versus Cope for the AEW World Championship. My prediction was Jon Moxley, and I think that the vision they're going for is so Darby Allin can come back and defeat Jon Moxley. And this one was pretty obvious too, for the sole reason if Cope has been taken out. Jon Moxley's little faction he has going on, he literally hit Wheeler Yuta and him showed Wheeler Yuta and Cope showed respect after their match, or after, I think their match. I think they had a match, I'm pretty sure. Y'all know I'm not a big AEW guy, I'm more of a WWE guy, but I definitely predicted that John was going to win this, and it was pretty obvious. But that was the AEW Revolution review, but it's pretty much just me flexing that I got all these predictions right. Y'all are going to be like, dude, just shut up about your predictions, but dude, this is crazy. I think this is the first time I've ever predicted every single one right. And y'all are going to say that, how did you not predict one of the WWE cards right? And that's because they're unpredictable. Some of these are just unpredictable. We did not expect John Cena to do what he did at the Elimination Chamber. People thought that CM Punk was going to win the Elimination Chamber, and it didn't happen. And we definitely didn't think that John Cena was going to... Well, some people had an idea that he was going to turn heel, but I sure didn't. So, I mean, it was a great card. I absolutely loved this. Even though it was predictable, the matches are still absolutely awesome. AEW puts on some bangers, and my favorite match was definitely this Will Ospreay match in the steel cage. They had a crazy spot where they went off the steel cage from the top, and that was pretty cool. But with that being said, I will see y'all boys in the next one. Deuces, deuces.